Okay, so this is a kind of an advert, but also an intro video for those with your with for those with this new student sheet. So if you're a student that's going to be staying with me and going into the new academic year, then I've been really busy making these new student sheets. So I've redrafted and redrafted, but I think hopefully we're finally there now. So what does this include then? So you've got uh, you'll have a link to your whiteboard or whiteboards. You'll probably quite likely going on to next year. You'll have a few whiteboards per student. You'll also have a link to the Zoom call, a link to your Google Drive folder, a reference to what syllabus or syllabi you're going to be using, the name of the school. Actually, the school and the teacher may not currently be visible, but it will be visible from my end. So I'll have a record, very quick and easy access to the name of the school that you go to, and if I'm in contact with any of your teachers to monitor how things are going there and to share assessment details and progression details, then I'll have that there. Any information about future plans that will be visible for both of us. So maybe you're going to increase the lessons, or you're going to reduce the lessons. Maybe you're going to change the lesson. Maybe you want lessons over the summer holidays or not, or whatever it might be, and what school year you're in. So if we keep scrolling down, then we've got some information about online safety. Here is a place where you can find my DBS certificate, as I'm a member of the Tutors Association. If you are a member of the Tutors Association, then you will be searchable via this website. You can click on the link here, or you can also Google it. And of course, a bit difficult to find it, I must admit, the link that I've attached here. But if you do go via the website, you want to go to. In fact, if I demonstrate it now, then if I click on this, I'll show you where it will take you. So this is the link I've given it. The link is to um, a simplified search. So it says the Tutors Association Wild Apricot, which sounds like is this the real website. So this is the original website. If you Google it, and how do you get to it? You go membership. Members register. You can obviously do all this yourself as well, and this is where it gets a bit complicated. I've gone to simple search, and as you can see, it says wild apricot up there. So at that point, you can type in, there you go, PH tutor or PH tutoring, and there I am. And when you have a look inside, you should be able to see that I am a registered member, and that I have a DBS check, and so on. So that's something that you can do with any tutor, by the way, and I recommend that you do it with your tutors. So I've also mentioned here that I don't mind you recording any or all of my lessons with or without, notifying me. Really, if if you feel more comfortable, and also, to be honest, if it's quite a good way to get a record of what was taught in case the student wants to go back and check. Although I do make these videos anyway throughout the lesson as well. Over here you have a few more useful links to my website and a resource database, and also my YouTube channel. I've added a nice little cartoon which I think is quite good for students to read, to sort of get them enthusiastic about science, which I just found recently, which I quite like. We've got a list of tasks here. You can filter it by students' tasks, parents' tasks, all tasks, and completed tasks. So there'll be some things that we'll need to do for the page to get it set up at the beginning. For example, completing a red, amber, green rating for each subject. And we may add to those tasks as we go on, for example, homework, or adding up a particular test that you've recently done, and so on. So that's the front page. Over here, it's not quite the front page, actually, a couple of other things. You've got a link to your lessons and timeline. I'll make a separate video for these pages, but just briefly, it's the lessons and timeline. So this will see when you go here, you'll see all the lessons that you've got, all the lessons you've had, you're going to have, and different views of that table. And you'll also see a timeline of what you plan to do, like what any upcoming exams or important dates like half-term breaks, Christmas breaks, summer holidays, cancelled lessons, and things like this. The next one will be all your subjects and topics that you're studying, along with the your confidence level, what scores you're getting in the assessments. That bit will be calculated automatically for you. Resources, this is actually linked to my resource database, so it's just a way for you to search my resource database in a more controlled way, so you can filter resources by topic, subtopic, and type of resource, and so on, and organize them in whatever way you like. Here you have assessments. So these assessments are ones that you could have done with me in lessons or outside of lessons. It's connected to this thing called question level analysis, and this gives you the option of breaking down the test into question by question, so you can see how many marks was in each question, what was each question about, what kind of question was it, and that helps us to identify the strengths and weaknesses with regard to topics, subtopics, types of questions, and also identify any kind of silly mistakes that the student might be making in exams, which we all make, and it's important to identify what those silly mistakes are. So yeah, they all also, of course, connect to the subjects and topics, which is how it automatically calculates where your strong topics are and your weak topics. Next one down, we've got general exam errors. So whenever you do an exam, there might be a general kind of sort of mistake that you made that doesn't apply to any one particular question or any one particular topic, but at the end of the exam, you're like, right, in that exam, this is the kind of thing I did wrong. And one example of that kind of thing would be I ran out of time. Okay, so or I worked too hard the night before, or I didn't get enough sleep, or whatever, something that would impact on that particular exam as a whole, that's not specific to any particular question or any particular topic. Next one, we've got school reports. So any school reports that you've got from the school, to just let me know, and how you've been doing over the course of the last couple of terms or years, and so on. So as we can see a pattern on how things are increasing, and we can then sort of connect that and combine that with the data we're collecting in the lessons. Next one are your invoices. So the invoices, obviously, just whenever you want to book a bundle of lessons, or just a single lesson, or however you might want to pay for lessons, the invoices will be kept there, and they will be connected to the lessons. So you'll be able to see within the invoices what lessons have been assigned to that invoice, how many lessons you've got left, and so on. This is a bit below here. This is kind of a glimpse of the things that are happening today. So if we had a lesson today, it will appear here. If you had an assessment today, it will appear here. And this is going to be, if we had a quiz today, it will appear here, or any kind of QLA of any particular assessment will also appear here too. So the QLAs are an analysis of a test, but it's also I also combine the same thing to do mini quizzes. So every now and again, I try to as do mini sort of quizzes or assessments in the lessons, and then less frequently I'll do larger assessments, which could take the majority of the lesson to complete while I'm supervising, and so on. So that's that video. I'll stop that video there, and that's just going. I'll place that where this old video was, and it will also be added to a YouTube playlist as well. Okay, so I'll stop there.